Dear Viviana, I know I left you in probably quite the state, and I know it was selfish of me to just up and leave, knowing what you've been through. However, can you not feel it, really? The change in the air. Something is indeed wrong, and I can feel it stirring. Night after night, I'd lie awake, hearing the sound just buzzing through my head, and it beckoned to me, like a call to action. I tried to ignore it, and it just wouldn't work. And as I more I tried to ignore it, it got to the point where it just work became second. I wasn't focusing, and you know how I am when I don't focus. I'm usually never not focusing. And then I couldn't stand it anymore. The days began to blend together. I didn't sleep. And then one after another, just things just all just began to melt away. And I blinked and I just found myself one night sitting on the roof of our agency. Couldn't remember how I got up there. And you know how I am when I don't have control of my faculties. And yet, as I sat there looking at the stars, I could still hear sound just buzzing in my ear. It's funny. I can't remember the last time I found myself absent-minded. You? That was the night I chose to just follow this feeling and to push through. I know probably leaving you probably brought up a whole bunch of different memories, but I have to find where this will take me. I'm sorry that you picked up and left, but I know you'll understand. And I know you'll catch the doll maker. Besides, you're not alone anymore. You found some interesting companions. Don't come looking for me, okay? And take care of yourself. Sincerely, Jethro. Last time on Cassiopeia, you guys were decided to you had no choice but to venture deeper into this, what you now know as a temple. Venturing deep, you guys ended up having to go through a whole hell of a lot. I want to apologize, but I really don't care. Having to slide down slopes and deal with crazy water rapids and having to save a child who unfortunately
survived. Yeah.
Unfortunately survived and fell into the rapids, as well as through a myriad of I can only say luck and ingenuity. Yeva, the child, as you now know as Euron Turslin's son, as well as Bastion, managed to keep the child alive, albeit a bit broken. What you guys had eventually made it to a shore, which was deeper into the cave, and quickly the rest of your party had followed behind you down the rapids. And here you guys were sopping wet and drenched and damn near spent. And you guys managed to continue to explore the shores, explore this cavern, and you quickly found that you were not alone. Affording to try and, I guess, kind of threw away sneak and decided to challenge head on what dwelled in this cavern. A white, large wolf that's bigger than maybe what you've seen ever in your life, whose eyes were gouged out and was covered in battle scars and just signs that it's gone through hell. You all fought it, and with Bastion landing the killing blow, not only for himself or his teammates, but for his fallen brethren. You killed the wolf, as now you know as his name is Bander. It was named the Bandersnatch. Killed the wolf. Elovia cut it up, cooked it for dinner, and you all made a nice little resting area in this little alcove. Middle of the night, at least in the beginning, Bastion was doing what he does best, and let's watch over his people. Quickly followed by Yeva, who only as an elf only needs 4 hours of sleep, had gotten up and began to walk around to investigate, to understand what happened and what caused this to go, well, to at least to turn into what it was and how it survived. With your keen eyes, you finally understood that this thing was captured, kept down here, fed, and then was constantly in battles over and over and over again. You ascertained that perhaps this was maybe ritualistic or perhaps some sort of training. Nonetheless, everyone had awoken. Yeva had shared his secrets, shared what he found, what he had discovered, and our Rakan also divulged some secrets. Divulged that he was actually not human, and he was a demigod, the son of Plutarch, a deity of rock and earth. After waking up, you guys ascended higher into the cavern you guys seen before, this opening. And as you walk through, the boorish Zeltrin had charged ahead of everybody. And luckily, by the skin of his teeth, managed to pass a dexterity saving throw and not crush everyone in this chasm that would close on all of you. However, on the other side of a hallway, the wall opens, and you were met by Brilliance, a warforged that had told you all that he was awakened, and that others are beginning to awake as well. Bastion having to wade through emotional turmoil and struggle and strife. However, he told you that he would help you. Although there was a catch. You had to beat him at a game he just recently learned, but he was pretty good at. And our, studious, intelligent, brilliant Yeva battled Brilliance in a game of dragon chess. A nail biter of a game, but Yeva came out on top and taught Brilliance an important lesson. And as Brilliance was defeated, he learned that the book that he acquired was written by none other than Yeva Adelin himself. And as promised, he decided to help you. He opened the chest and gave you all items and a key to a room. The key to what he says is words. After acquiring all the items from him, Bastion, you learned something of yourself as well, something that you welcomed. But as you all escaped away, you learned that he continued to speak about some other person that came before you all, and you learned that his name was Jethro. Viviana bit her lip and continued forward because she knew now was not the time to dwell. And as you all began to maneuver and run up the cavern, you can hear chants. Sounded like prayers. Long down the hallway of worked stone, the door slightly ajar as candlelight kind of floods in slightly as a small little beam of light pours into the cavern. And as you all sneak around and look through, you can see maybe a company? It's hard to describe, but a lot of warforges currently heads down in a praying position, and you see one golden warforged atop a stage with a red sash across his body, holding a large scepter with what looked like a buzzsaw at the top of it. And you hear him speak, "Rejoice, my brothers. Our prayers are getting to Xylos. Soon he will ascend. We only need to continue." And as you all look his voice booming outwards, reverberating through this cavern as it echoes deeply. You hear them all praying simultaneously together. And for you, Bastion, seeing this, it's a bit of it's a mixture of, I assume it's catharsis for you, but tell me, Bastion, in this moment, what are you feeling?
Bastion he's unsettled by this. We don't have a god, we don't pray. We know why we exist, we know it's the idea of a deity to him is very foreign and kind of unsettling that all these other Warforged have embraced the idea of a deity. So he thinks this is like we might look at a cult leader and a cult. Like, oh, these people are nuts, we need to help these people, or we need to get out of here. Like, he doesn't want anything to do with this. This is not a hopeful thing for him. This is filling him with dread.
As you all stand there, looking from behind, you all can see just behind the statue a large oaken door with a gold handle. About across the way behind where who you assume to be Words is preaching. It's about 60 feet from you, eyeballing. I need to know, my adventurers, what are you doing?
Man, this shit is getting weirder and weirder.
Sorry, did you say there was a second exit? It's not just the Words' room, right? There's a different exit.
No. This is the room I was talking about.
Right, and there's no other exit to this temple.
This, as you can see right now, there is only a simple circular chamber, and it's just that one room. It seems to stop there.
Cool.
You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
Do I know this, do I know anything about what's happening?
You know that you're not the one with the key.
When you say know what's happening, are you talking about what the Warforgers are doing, or what you're?
Yeah, what the Warforgers are doing.
Give me an intelligence check.
And Brilliance isn't with us anymore, is he? He's still in his room.
He stayed in his laboratory.
Yeah, the 3.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck is happening.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sneaking in.
You sneaking in?
Yeah.
I would like to restrain him.
Please, give me a opposed check. It's gonna be athletics versus acrobatics. Acrobatics for you, Zelchin. Athletics for you, Ava.
Grab that little fucking tiefling.
Alright, off you go. Bye-bye. Good luck. I'm done with you.
Yeah. So as you go to grab him, you watch as he just kind of snakes his way out. Zelchin, give me a stealth check.
See what I can do.
How would our party feel about compelling him to a duel? Because right now I'd really like him not entering this room on his own. Oh shit, sorry, I'm using the wrong game page. Apologies, guys.
Zelchin, you dig down and begin to sneak on the side. Are you going to follow the length of the length of the room, or are you going to just try to go straight forward?
I'm following the length of the room, going straight forward. I'm not that dumb.
Okay. Yeah. So as you come in, you kind of sleek into the side and begin to crouch down in between into the shadows. You're pretty much a ghost right now. That 21 was really nice. What is everyone else doing?
Let's say the chanting is
does
calming.
the door have a keyhole?
Say that one more time, Josh.
Does the door have a keyhole?
Here, you can see it. Yeah, there's a keyhole.
Who in the? This is just me talking. Who in the party has the key to Word's room?
Bastion.
Of course, and I'm not going to talk to you, so never mind.
Yeah.
Ooh, the schisms, the chasms.
I don't want to interrupt this ceremony, but our friend there is making swift progress.
Is there? I'm assuming there's no other way to go.
There's a way back, but there is no, in terms of going forward, there's no other way to go.
Well,
you guys did receive something from Brilliance, just to say that.
We got the potion. Yeah, well, we can't apply it to our friend Zeltrin. He seems to have done a runner. Well, What's the plan? I mean, how would they feel about us being in this area? What do we think?
Are you asking me? Give an insight check.
Oh, okay. I was just asking the party, but sure. Yeah, it's a 24.
I could probably fit in, but the rest you are.
So that's a bad idea.
Yeah. How are your stealthy skills, boys?
I am not stealthy.
Perhaps you could pretend to be part of the crowd.
True.
Do you want to use that potion? Or...
I think the snake
I mean,
oil
I can
like-
get to the door and open it. For reference, Kira, how far away is the door?
60 feet.
Okay.
It's unfortunate.
Man,
Yeah. Let's,
be a little sneaky at the beginning, but we could probably dash the rest of the way.
I don't know how sneaky burrowing is, but I can do that.
That's probably going to make a whole lot of noise.
Having a 7-foot warforged and a 7-foot
Does it?
Goliath.
That's me asking God. Does burrowing make a lot of noise?
Does who make a lot of noise? Burrowing?
Yeah.
I would say so, yes.
Ah.
Yeah, I
As
think
you
it's,
go down, it would clear the rock. It would clear the rock and make a whole bunch of noise, so yes.
I think it's potion time, boys.
Agreed.
Martin, is there any chance you would like to hand me that key? It's just I have the ability to teleport.
Yeah, they'll hand you the key.
Cool. Okay, I'm the one with the potion, aren't I? Yeah, I will hand it out to each of them and take a mouthful myself. There was enough for 10 of us, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give some to Viviana as well then.
Okay.
Yep, and I shall drink it. And for reference, for those of you who are watching, this potion is called snake oil. It gives us advantage on dexterity checks, or stealth checks, I'm assuming, and pass without trace. I'm assuming with his 25, Zoltran's going to be okay, and if he's not, there's fuck all we can do about it, because he's currently not with us. He's unfortunately had a power outage. So, yeah, let's go stealthy stealth.
Alright, so we have advantage plus 10.
Yeah, I'm assuming I don't have disadvantage if the shield is on my back. It's only if I was holding the shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Oh,
But you're wearing heavy armor, though.
Fucking no.
I am.
Am I? Bloody hell. What am I doing with heavy armor on right now? How long is that going to take to take off?
So it's a straight roll. It's a straight roll with plus 10.
How long is that going to take off?
It takes 5 minutes to take off, I believe.
We have a bag of holding. Hold the fucking phone. This might not be the moment, but can I duck back round the wall and undress?
Sure, I'll let you get naked.
Yeah, does anybody else want to ditch their armor in this stealthy moment? Sorry, Bastian, I know that's not really an option.
Not very much, no.
Question, can you get naked?
He is
At all?
naked. Yep, okay, so I will undon said chainmail. It's going to take me a hell of a long time to put back on, though, but never mind. Now I will give you my stealth check. It's a 19. Oh, it's without advantage. Let's do it with advantage. Should have just kept the fucking armor on at that point. Yeah, it's a 19.
Okay. Enough. This was a group stealth check, and you all passed with flying colors. As you guys manage to sneak your way around and make your way to where Zeltrin is. As you get there, you watch as Zeltrin's about to move off again, but Yeva in front, you grab him before he runs off. And as you see, you watch as the Warforgers have not really moved. They're just currently still looking. Their red eyes like still beaming, looking toward the floor. As they're still continuing to chant. You watch as Words himself begins to. He's walking back and forth before he just goes to his knees and puts the scepter down in front of him, and is also begins to bellow that same chant.
How close is he to us?
He's about maybe 70, 80.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure that Zeltrin's not close enough to the scepter.
No,
try and pick it up.
No. He went to the outskirts, so
Okay,
he's
cool.
nowhere near it.
Are these
Go on.
Warforged the same, like, in the same state as we found the Warforged from earlier, like, on their last limb?
Good question. No, they are not. As you look them over, they are shiny. They are polished. You can see that they mostly look pretty much uniform. That they're black and they have like this gold filigree going around through the entirety of their body. You see at their sides, some have swords and daggers sheathed on their sides. And give me, since you're looking, Olovia, give me a perception check as well.
Holy shit, that's a
Oof,
nat
she
one.
blind.
Yeah, okay, never mind. What are you guys doing?
How close are we to the front now?
You're 30 foot away from the door.
I'll Misty Step.
Okay. Won't that make a noise?
I fucking hope not. It's a Misty Step. It's Misty. It's subtle, you know. That's
Just give me a
because
stealth
rogues
check.
use it, right?
Rogues do use it, but I believe casting a spell will put you out of it. But give me a stealth check. I want to see how well you place yourself here. I'll say that you teleport out and go into a crouching position.
16.
Okay. So you aside, you okay. As you teleport, you take the second to time. You take the second to time yourself with the high note of the chant. And as you teleport to the other side, you come just as it lowers down, and you put your hand on the door. Nothing seemed to notice.
I'll put the key in.
Okay. It unlocks.
Okay. I can't thaumaturgy it all quietly, so I think I'll just creak it open as softly as possible.
Since they push it open, and inside you see that there are still there are like lanterns lit in here, and you see a sprawling network of bookshelves that line the entirety of the wall here. Books as far as the eye can see.
Mm-hmm.
You see on the right side a singular table with 2 chairs and strangely 2 cups of tea. And then to the far left, next to a fireplace, a singular chest and a marble slabbed desk with a plush velvet high back chair.
Is the tea steaming?
You can't see from here. You'd have to get a little closer.
Okay, I'll get a bit close.
Okay. You walk in. You let the door close behind you.
No. Is it gonna swing back?
Yeah. How you gonna pop it back open? Pop it open.
Here's one of the many books you've written.
I haven't got anything quiet, so yeah, I mean I can put a book underneath if I can wedge a book underneath the bit of the door.
You gotta put it won't wedge it underneath because it's the clearance is not enough, but you'll let it close and the book will stop it in between the door frame.
Yeah, that'll do. Just so that they can open it quietly, and then and then I shall wait for the party to catch up as I head over there.
Okay. As you head over, indeed this tea is lukewarm at this point.
Okay, I'll hide in the quietest place in the room, darkest place in the room, in between some bookshelves or something.
All right, give me a stealth check with advantage. As far as everyone else, what are you doing?
Trying to get to the door.
Yeah, I'm inching my way closer to the door.
Okay. All right. If everyone's moving, just give me a stealth check. You said you're inching. Are you in your full movement, or you want to go half movement to try and stay safe? I mean, it doesn't really matter. You have it.
Is it still an advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still an advantage.
For the team.
No, yeah, I'll still use full movement speed.
Okay.
That is the sneakiest Goliath warlock anyone has ever witnessed, by the way.
Someone please roll for Zeltron, please.
That's an 8 plus his natural, 13?
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy, yeah.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You guys begin to itch. You guys easily make your way over, dragging Zeltron along. I would say Alovia firmly has a grasp on him. He kind of trying to slightly get away, but he's like, "Let me go." But
Yeah,
You
we
can-
should buy. We should. Okay, I'm actually being serious about this. We should buy those child leashes.
Yeah. I'll work on it.
Next time we're in town.
you make yourselves around through the darkness and get to the door, and you move the book slightly. You guys get into the room if you want to.
Alright. Bastion will go last and he'll make sure the door closes behind us and that the key isn't still in it. I don't know if Yeva took the key with him or not, but
No, I took
in
the
case
key.
he left
Yeah.
the key in the lock, I'm taking it. Okay.
Okay.
So that we
What
can
are we
hopefully
doing?
lock it behind us.
Okay.
So you guys open the door, and Bastion, you slowly close it behind you.
I'll pick up the book.
Okay, yeah, okay, you take the book.
It's
And the
important.
book
I'll
and
leave
it,
the book.
and it locks. Oh, it's your book, your actual book.
No. This is just a book that I've written. It's probably on
Okay.
Botanicals, Volume 3.
Got it.
But yeah, still, it's they're precious to me, so I'll grab it.
Okay, the door closes, and I'm assuming you lock it back.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right, so if something jumps out at us to kill us, there's a locked door. Yeah, what are we doing in here? Like, I know that Brilliance directed us towards this way, but did he ever say why?
We believe
just
there's
said
an
that-
exit.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were asking the party. Apologies.
No, I was.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So he said there was an exit this way, and through the myriad of bookcases, I believe there was a passage, Kira said? Of some sort? Yeah.
So yeah, he said yeah. There's like a passage behind bookcases.
Okay.
Are these books on anything specific or?
Make an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I would like to spend the time to redon said armor.
Okay.
That is 10 minutes, right?
I believe it's 5. Let me just double check.
I know it's 5 for one and 10 for the other, but I don't know which way around it is.
1 second.
I am no Sherlock Holmes. That is a 5.
These books are all they're
Your
interesting.
books.
They're books.
They're books. I know that much.
Read me some titles, Rokan.
So there's the Lusty Argonian Maid.
I knew that was
Not
coming.
quite sure what
I was
Argonian
expecting
is.
Kira to fill in for you here with some titles.
It's,
The Red Eagle.
There's 50 Shades of Red.
Are they on science by any chance? Vague sciencey titles.
there are some here that are on science.
Yeah.
You find a lot of your books here.
Nice.
Copies of yours.
That's what I like to see.
As you look at them, you see that a lot of them have a little bit of wear and tear. They have been thumbed through and read through vigorously.
They're educating these Warforged. Don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but should we proceed?
I hope you just put so much filler into these books because I have a bad feeling about that. Let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
it's nothing but useful, unfortunately. Let's. Sorry, there was a chest in the corner. Did anybody
there
want
is,
to
yes.
investigate that? Can I investigate for Zeltrin? Because let's face it, he would be at the chest by now.
Seems
You
appropriate.
can.
Yeah.
Zeltrin is looking around. He's looking around for things to take. So
Okay, that's a 19, which is a
19.
nat 20, by the way, on the investigation. I really should roll for him every week.
nice. You investigate the chest, and with that natural 20, as you investigate it, you look and as you begin to slightly look at the lid, you see there's a slight shimmer on it. And your senses go, oh, this is trapped.
Would he believe it to be magical trap?
You get the feeling that it is magical, yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Zeltrin, but I'm of the opinion we should leave it the fuck behind.
Yeah, let's put this into perspective. There's a Warforged who's basically leading so many other Warforged with swords and stuff.
I mean,
I would like to pick up Zeltrin over my shoulder.
what do you guys feel about me opening it from a distance?
Can we like
Maybe to
stand in
quickly
the
and quietly.
passageway?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, stand in the passageway and open the
Yeah,
chest.
and then
Yeah.
we can just run.
Okay. When we get into the passageway,
Okay.
I'll thaumaturgy the chest.
Yeah, I'm carrying the child, by the way, and Zeltrin over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
What passageway? It's just a singular room here.
I thought. Oh, sorry. I thought you said there was a passageway through the bookcases.
Yeah, but you haven't opened it.
Oh,
Getting
I
ahead of yourself
see.
there.
Sorry, I thought you meant like we could see a passageway through the bookcases.
No.
Oh, we've just been told. All right. Well, fuck the chest.
Start pulling each of the books, because that's normally how secret passageways and
Does something look out of place here?
Give me
Like
investigation check.
Investigation. Okay.
Mhm.
it could be like Scooby Doo, where like the
It's a
book is like a
15.
different color.
15. You begin to look around slightly, just as Elovi's just tossing books over her shoulder.
Quietly though, yeah. She's tossing books quietly.
Make self check for books, please.
Oh God!
No, I'm kidding. As you
Slating.
you begin to look around, look at the quietest books ever. As you're looking around, you run your hand along the walls and the bookcase, and you move to you come off of the actual bookcase, and you make it to a little tapestry. As you see, it's just it's a symbol of Xylos, which you just saw.
Yeah.
And as you lift it up, you see a singular brick that's out of place.
Cool.
Slightly less dust than others, and you press it.
Eh.
You press it as the bookcase slides, and in the passageway there is a passageway that you can see, and there's a singular door on the other side.
Okay. As we step into that passageway, I would like to thaumaturgy the chest, please.
Okay. You just do like tremors or whatever, like a wind or whatever.
Well, I mean, thaumaturgy specifically says opens doors.
Okay, I'll
So
take that.
yeah, I'm assuming that that includes a chest, an unlocked door or window. So yeah.
I'll take that. It's a door and a window. I got
Yeah.
it. A little bit different because doors open this way and
Yeah.
this open.
It could be a trap door.
So you send out a shockwave or whatever as the loud boom happens. The chest flips open as suddenly the chanting stops.
Okay. What's in the
Let's go.
chest?
We need to go.
From what you see a few things. You see a wand that's in there. There's also seems to be a long-barreled hunting rifle.
Okay, I'm gonna take the bag of holding and forget about anything else I've seen on one, and I'm just gonna scoop everything up and run.
You're gonna try to scoop everything up with the bag. Just run to the bag of holding. Okay. As the door swings open, you see Word standing there on the opposite side. Interlopers.
That's fine.
Seize them as they begin to run. But you guys are running toward the door, right?
Yeah.
As you run toward the door, fortunately for you, it is unlocked. As you burst open, and there's now a great system here. As you can see, there is like all I can really say is an elevator, a shaft elevator that leads up. As you swing it open, they are going to toss some javelins at you guys. As these two warforgers dash inwards and they go to throw some. This one is going to go toward the one who's fired.
Sorry, are these being thrown from behind?
Yes.
Okay, as I went with the bag while they ran, is it fair to say that I'm probably somewhere near the back?
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
back. You're in the back.
I'd probably stop and put the shield up as soon as
You
I
gonna
see
stop
them
with the
throwing
shield up?
weapons. Yeah,
Oh my God, he's gonna get caught.
that's fine. Just while the javelins fly.
Okay. All three of them are they're gonna take an attack at you.
Yep, that's fine.
And you have 18, I'm pretty sure, right now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
no,
not-
I don't. I don't have a shield equipped. Why do I not? Oh yeah, there we go. 18.
Okay. All right. So one hits you. It's 24. That's 24 to hit.
24.
nine points of
Okay,
damage.
yep. I'll take that.
And then they throw all the javelins as they ricochet off your shield, and one finding purchase on you as they're beginning to dash forward. You guys are all running, I'm assuming, while you're leaving Yeva behind.
I'm not gonna get more than like 20 feet in front of Yeva, or further
no,
on than Yeva,
run!
if need be.
Run!
I have a child in my arms as well as another party member on my shoulder, so I'm running.
Yeah. As soon as
Yeah,
I see,
I'm also
yeah.
running.
As soon as I see they're 30 foot out of range, I'll use my second Misty Step to catch up.
Okay.
That's please keep moving. Yeah, and at that point I am
Gotta put
with you
this
guys.
Here. As you see, I need to see one.
Oh, is that not working for you?
Yeah, that's fine enough.
I'll make it.
You watch as Word steps forward, puts the scepter down. Where do you think you're going? And you watch as he raises his hand. You see he begins to form these arcane symbols. And he directs it toward Alovia. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Yo, I'm carrying a child. 19.
Oof,
Nice. You save as you feel your body begin to seize up, and then suddenly stop. And then your overall motherly attitude and the fact that you want to survive and get out of here has pushed you through this as you begin to run forward and dash, holding both the child and Zeltrin over your shoulder. As Zeltrin is like still trying to fumble with his gun and take it out. The Warforges are getting closer, but I'm assuming you all take dash actions, which is enough. First, Rakan is on, as well as Alovia gets there.
Can I take a moment to just, because it's instantaneous, just touch myself, cast Longstrider?
Sure, I'll take that. At this point in time, one of the Warforges makes it up to you, Yeva. He is going to slash.
Okay.
It's 22.
I will use shield.
Okay, nice. What's up?
Out of curiosity, how wide is this corridor?
It's not that wide. It's literally about maybe like 15 feet. It's not that large. It's not that wide.
Okay, I would like to use. Oh, wait, I'm at the elevator.
You're on the elevator now. You
Okay.
can see inside now. There's literally a button to the left, a button, a lever.
All right, I would like to cast Earthen Grasp and try to grab a Warforge as well as clog up that small corridor.
Nice. Okay. It's a dexterity save, right? I believe?
Yeah, strength save of 13.
He makes that with a natural 20.
Holy shit.
23. You watch as it begins to build up, and he like knees through it as he his arm blade begins to drag along the ground. You can see sparks flying off the tips of it.
Oh wait. Sorry, I'm a warlock, so everything I cast is max level. At level 2, I can target 2.
Okay. Nice.
So
I'll make
I guess
second
the
one.
first Warforged or the second one.
That's 2 natural 20s actually. Holy shit.
Holy shit!
Can you see this? Can you see it on the game log?
I didn't have it open. Damn. I cannot see it.
No, they don't come up on the game log because where you clicking the roll down the bottom left, you need to click the button that says roll to everyone instead of to self. It's in the drop down menu.
Put that in there because that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
They really hate me. They're coming for our ass.
Yeah. So the two. Yeah, that's the first one, and that's the second one. So the two break through the grass as they begin to. You watch as they begin to kind of like meet each other in the hallway, but you watch as the other one jumps up and puts his fingers into the ceiling as he begins to try to Tarzan its way forward with the blade held out. At this point in time, you and Rakan are on there. We need another round of running for you guys. What, Yeva? You said you're gonna Misty Step, right? You're muted.
You're muted.
I had already Misty Step to catch up. Was my second one. So I'm just sprinting with Longstrider, which gives me 40 foot of movement speed.
Yeah, more than enough. You're already on the you dash in. You're already in there.
Goodbye, Bastion.
There's only one left is Bastion. As he's running, you can hear his feet clobbing on the floor. The one that swung like Tarzan is going to come down with a strike. Do you want to do anything here, Bastion? Because we're kind of popcorning it.
Just following my team. Just
Okay,
trying to get out of
so
there. As
one's
long as
gonna-
Ava's in front of me and I'm
Yeah.
at the back, I'm just booking it.
Okay, so one is going to take a strike at you. 21 to hit.
I'm going to cast Shield as a reaction.
Okay,
To add
nice.
5 to my armor class, giving me a 24.
Nice. And this one's going to, he makes 2 attacks anyway, so the second one fails. As you cast the shield, it blares off, and you hear it screams outwards towards you. How dare you? How dare you defile this place? And begins to make its run. Words is going to look around and says, "A traitor. You, Warforged, you look familiar to me."
Oh, have we met?
This is no time for chit
I
chat.
was about to say exactly the same thing. It's no time for conversation, Bastian. Run, you little shit.
I don't care if you're Warforged, you're still coming back up to the surface with us.
You watch as Words kind of turns again. How about you kneel? He's going to cast command on you, Bastion. Please make a wisdom save.
Alright. There is my wisdom save. I got a +1. I rolled a 19. I got a
Wow,
20.
nice. Oh,
20.
nice. He kind of cocks his head to the side, and you can see his. If he were to be able to emote, it would be a smile. Interesting.
No.
Well, as you continue to run off, what is your name for when we meet again?
I am Bastion of the 41st Mechanical Corps. And I have no king, and I have no god.
We'll see about that. As you finally make your way into the elevator and you shut the door behind you, you hit the lever. As you hit the lever, and you watch as the Warforges, as they're the ones that were running, and you just hear words. Just, let them go. And you see as the shadow begins to pour in between them, and as you guys begin to raise up through this cavern, you can just see Words looking up to you with these azure blue eyes, staring up with what would look. You could swear, even though he's not emoting, you could tell it's a smile. Bastion. I wonder if you remember the name Kreese. As you all begin to ascend upwards, you can hear above you you can hear the pitter patter of rocks and pebbles begin to fall on top of the elevator as the chain is just drawing you upwards, and you see the light begins to pour in from the outside. Finally make it to the top as you're hit with the familiar smell of grass and wind and water.
Was Words the only one with blue eyes?
So far.
The rest of them had red eyes.
I'm dumping Zeltrin onto the ground.
Okay. Drop him on the ground.
Okay.
While he's gone, do you think we can tie a rope to his tail?
We have to get out of the black zone.
Man, I'm tired.
Yeah, are we in the black zone
guys.
right now? We still appear to be in the black zone, yeah?
You're still in the black zone. You watch as
Closest exit.
Viviana gets up. She looks around for a second. Okay, all right. She gets down to her knees, and you watch as she begins to form somatic and different verbal components as a little representation of the area shows up. Okay, right, this way.
Did she just cast Satnav at level 2?
Pretty much.
Sick. Yeah, cool. I'll follow her.
And she begins to just
Go.
take off, weaving in between trees. You can see on the sides of you, as you have now forgone stealth and begin to dip through the trees. You can see from the side, as you can see Warforges running in between the shrubbery and the bushes. But you see, as they don't seem to be attacking, they're just following you, as if ushering you out of this area.
Cool.
You guys break through the tree line.
As we're running and we see them kind of shadowing them, I'm going to ask if they've ever heard of a warforged named Peltast. Have you ever heard of a Peltast?
No response.
Okay. He just wanted to know.
Running through the shrubbery, and you come out, breaking through the tree line, covered in twigs, cut and slashed. Yeah, you had already forgone caring about any type of tact and any type of, any measures of safety.
Just plowing through.
Yeah, just plowing through. And you guys, you watch as Viviana runs up past the tree line and runs to the this outcropping of rocks that she just begins to climb and heft her way up. I need athletics checks from everybody to make your way up.
Hold on. No, it's a different character.
Yikes,
Okay.
that's a 7. Or not a 7, 11.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the one that got a 7.
I got 11 as well.
Out of 12. And Zeltrin got a 16 plus whatever.
Okay. As you're being
20.
to go up. All right, Rakan, you begin. Your hand slips as Zeltrin turns around and snaps to grab your hand. Give me a dexterity check for him, please.
That's
Thinking about
a
others?
19.
19. He snaps and grabs your hand and just as he begins to pull you up, we have to get the fuck out of here. As he puts you back on the rock, you guys begin to climb back up. As you guys made the check. The check wasn't too hard. It wasn't hard. That 7 was terrible.
Yeah.
You guys begin to crawl up, and you hear all the grass and the shrubbery that you have broken through just rustle and then stop. And as you all turn around, you just see red eyes from in between the shadows of the trees staring at you as you all climb back up and make your way back to the road. Give me a perception check. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
So-
Bastion, what determines a Warforge's eye color?
Lower than passive.
Okay.
Nothing that I know of. We have different colored eyes. It's a lens. I don't
What's
know of anything.
Bastion's color's eyes?
What is it? In my picture, I think they're kind of yellow. Whatever color they are in my artwork.
Yeah, they're
But I
gold.
believe they're yellow. Yeah, kind of yellowy gold. Kind of blustery yellow.
I wonder if it has to do with the type of magic that was used to create a Warforged.
I wonder if his eyes were not always blue. I don't remember any blue-eyed warforged in the war. But maybe I just didn't come across them. Maybe they're rare.
Perhaps you were too busy fighting and not thinking about eye color.
There's a lot more fighting and fixing than admiring the facial features.
At this point, you guys make your way back up. Viviana gets up and she just exhales as she begins to walk down the road. She says, "Come on, the car should be this way."
Yeah, Ilovia is absolutely winded. Like, she's been carrying a child this entire time. She's been running for her life. And thank God she wore a short dress that allows maneuverability. The wind against her legs.
Sorry, I missed a little bit there. Did we get back to the car?
You're welcome to the car now.
Okay,
It won't be too much longer.
cool.
Lovia, if you're tired, I can take that from you.
Oh, it's fine. Not much bigger than my toddler.
Okay. As you guys share, talk back and forth and just enjoy the feeling of the sun again. Felt like ages. Yeah, Rakan, you were in a place that was native to you, but something about being outside is even better.
Oh, I would like to quickly point out, I keep on saying toddler. She had a toddler, as in the toddler grew up and is no longer a toddler.
As you Dr. Singh, you guys see the down terror car is still there. You see, it's a little more cleaner. It seems that people have been coming here to try and collect the dead and do whatever they need to do. But getting the terror car out of here is going to be a bit of a tall order. But you make your way back to the car, and Viviana just opens the door, sits in, lays back into the chair. Just
We just all
exhales.
collapse on each other in the backseat.
That was a minor adventure.
Minor. That's an understatement. Oh, you know what? I forget. You're about, I don't know how old you are.
Yeah, I've been around for 1,000 and a bit years. Compared to the war, minor. But definitely interesting. I'd like to take this moment to heal myself, if I may. So
It won't be really necessary because
I think just by logic, I would like to be not dead. That's really not helping me, but I'll do it anyway. Whatever, that's a nat 1. Yeah, I think just by, by common sense, it would be good to be full health or close to.
as everyone gets to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, how's the kid doing?
Oh, he's fine.
Awake?
Yeah, he's
He's
wide
not
awake.
dead.
And like as you were carrying him, he opened his eyes, saw a warforged and a javelin, and then turned his eyes towards you and closed them.
Right, okay. Well, I'm releasing him from the
Papoose.
baby sling.
Yeah, okay. You all get around the car. Viviana steps out again. Oh, Bastion, I forgot to say this earlier. I have cables in the back if you want to get tied to the top.
Sure.
No offense, right? It's okay. Because
Yeah,
you
it's
were scraping the back before, and
I like the way that if you stand in the middle of the top, it's just gonna stop.
Hey, I could climb up there with him to,
Just
ensure that
loop some
happens.
cable
no,
around
no.
the
I guess you
waves
don't want to
so
go
it
anywhere
goes-
today. I guess.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let us
Yeah.
proceed.
You watch as he. I was saying that as her, by the way. As he everyone sits down and she just jings the keys. All right, she looks. Okay, so I guess we're going to Rivermouth now. You guys ready to get out of here, right?
Yeah, sure. Real adventure.
Alright.
Big city.
All right.
Lunch sounds good.
Some peaks. Go ahead, Olivia.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna ask what time of day it was.
Oh, right now it's pretty early. It's early morning.
Okay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
some
Breakfast
peaks from
sounds good.
behind. Yes, it does. If we make it there, Rivermouth's a little far. From here,
Maybe we can stop by I don't know.
Brunch time.
Yeah.
there isn't
A place.
Once we start, unless you want to go back to Iverton, we can do that.
Nah, no. Let's get somewhere. We've been traveling to Rivenworth for almost 2 days and got nowhere.
Well, buckle up. It's gonna be alright.
Just to make sure, this kid's dad is gonna be there, right?
Yes, definitely.
I feel
You
like we
will-
should drop off the kid at some point.
Oh, don't worry.
Seems reasonable.
We'll contact him. Sun peaks from behind a cascade of clouds that drift in the sky. And then you see, it presents you to you all the bounty that is Lesia. You can see now through the windshield rolling hills of green, far off peaks that just peer towards you through the windshield of Viviana's vehicle. The ordeal that you all endured is still fresh in your minds. It's just peaceful appearance of the landscape just washes over you all. As if a quaint shower. You feel a tingling as all that energy that comes from flight or flight just finally just melts away. And lost in this moment, you all don't hear the engine of the car just start and roar to life. You only feel the vibrations as he just drives over pebbles and turned ground. That quickly turns from rough soil and and gravel to just smoothed out road. Drive over a paved bridge that extends over the Enduring Gorge, and as you look over the sides, even the kid you watch as he kind of crawls across laps and looks over, and you can see just the water moving through the gorge and the boughs of trees and slightly swaying in the wind. And the continent of Lesha slowly passes you by. You hear Viviana just says, "I'll be the mind if we get some air." And she just kind of hits these switches on the sides that lowers the windows down. And you can smell that fresh smell of grass and rock, and it just fills your senses. Through your ordeal, how's everyone feeling currently?
Hungry.
Do you guys go hiking?
Go on, Abby.
You know that feeling where like after a hike you're all tired, you're all sweaty, and you just fall asleep in the car?
Yeah, I mean, no,
Yeah,
but
that's yeah.
I've never been hiking in my life, but I feel you. Actually, I've
hate
just
hiking.
realised I would like to feed us. I will cast Goodberry, and I'll turn around to. Do we have a name for the little kid yet? We don't, do we?
You didn't ask him yet.
I'll tap him on the shoulder. Hey, little man. I didn't catch your name.
Maximilian.
Maximilian, you hungry?
He's kind of looks tough. No, I'm fine. I've lived through all. You hear his stomach kind of growl.
Want a magic berry? Have a magic berry. I'll hand him a good berry.
Takes it.
Stranger gives you a magic.
It's very nourishing. Look, and I'll pop one in my mouth to reassure him. They're tasty
Okay.
too.
Oh, these are good.
And then I'll hand them out to everybody else as well, so you actually can eat.
As Viviana just leans back, just takes it. Oh fuck, thanks. Oh.
That's my man. I completely forgot I had that spell. So
As
I'm
you all-
complaining of my own hunger, idiot.
As you all snack on these berries and feel a bit fuller as you can feel the juices begin to spill over your mouth, and Bastion feeling the wind rippling through his body. The hum of the engine quickens as you all suddenly change in height, and you exit on the other side of the stone as you dip down and drive, still continuing this well-paved road. You all begin to notice that there is now another scent in the air. It has begun to commingle with the world's natural aroma. Trees start to become more scarce. As you were driving, you didn't realize as it had gone to like a nice midday, the clouds had begun to form as the sun just peeks through it. And in the distance, you can see black spires reaching into the sky. And you just hear Vivian just, fucking finally. The time had passed by so suddenly as the drive continues. And it's the same smell you've smelled in Eblington, yet it's stronger here. And you know that this is the smell of progress. It's the smell of change. The smell of industrialization, the smell of Arcana Tech. And as you are all driving, just still in this bit of a stupor, just enjoying the scenery passing by, you're all suddenly wrenched forth as a loud blaring of a horn fills the car. And you just hear Viviana, "Are you fucking serious? Move!" She sits there for a second, tapping her foot, and then tapping her hand. Fuck this. And she wrenches the wheel as the car speeds around. Two cars are suddenly stopped, and two drivers are arguing in their cars, hanging outside the window. You watch as he just gets angry and whips forward and whips back. And then gets back on the lane. It gets back on the single lane that you were on and continues to drive forward. And she leans her head out. "You okay up there, Bastion?"
Yeah.
All right, good. She hits the side and continues to drive. Now, as you continue to go forward, the drive continue on, and the sky turns from a nice blue until it's smattered with a tinge of orange as the sun has begun to descend. The reflection of the orange sun cascades across windows of the skyscrapers in the distance. And as the sun continues to descend, Riverworth becomes its own beacon to look toward. The city becomes a font of light. As Vivian leans out the car again, and without noticing, you guys were now at a gate. You see her reach into her side pocket and flip open a badge as a guard wearing this red jacket buttoned to the side with like this gold etchings on the side and wearing a helmet and carrying this long barreled rifle. He's just move along. Go ahead. And she drives inwards and continues. And as she drives, you see now the area turns from this wild continent of Lesia to this more rural area. You can smell the familiar smell of who most likely most of you have, other than Rakan and maybe Alovia. The smell of farms. You can see big machines tilling soil and dropping seeds as they begin to maneuver over these work patches of soil. You can hear animals cooing and hollering or what the fuck else, neighing in their pens as you continue to drive down this long paved road. The rural area begins to disappear as you now see ahead of you this large metal suspension bridge that just stretches over a large body of water. But at this point in time, the city lights of Riverworth have become blinding.
We'll take a moment there. I'd just like to turn to Elovia and to Rokan. We were having a conversation in the cafe. I know it seems like months ago. I know, Rokan, you don't really understand the concept, but you must understand that using magic in public is not legal.
Why is that?
Honestly, because some high-ups say so. Also because back in the day, a lot of damage was caused with magic. But what we need to understand is that it will cause us a great deal of trouble should we use magic in public. I may be able to get you licenses, or at least something that looks like licenses within time. But for a couple of days, maybe keep it on the down low when we're in public.
Would it be possible? Because is it what was his name, Maximilian?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it his dad, like a higher up?
Grand Council.
If we, if we,
We
give
might be able
him
to
his
exchange
son
favors.
alive and well,
Mhm.
He should, put in a good word for us.
We might be
get
able to
that
exchange
post-license.
favors, but right now, I think just maybe keep it on the down low, if you can manage that, Rokan.
That's so strange. Magic is natural.
I agree.
You should be able to use it.
I agree, but unfortunately, the rules of the world are the rules of the world at the moment, and we would do our best to abide by them.
It's also natural to be completely naked, but we still go around wearing clothes, so I can see why.
I didn't choose to wear this, okay?
You watch.
As you say that, I'm gonna stick my hand out of the window, and just as I move my hand upwards, levitate just a few small rocks, and then as I close my fist, turn them to dust, and then I turn back to Yev and say, "Okay, for now."
Thank you.
Keep your
As
clothes
you're
on.
talking, Vivian, yes, please keep your clothes on. As far as licenses, I can help put in a good word.
I'd appreciate
Once we
it.
get there.
They're not,
Many good words.
they're not used to this place.
Understandable.
Actually, Viviana was present for Rokan announcing he was a demigod, right? Yeah, okay,
Oh,
cool.
yes, she was.
Yeah, so she's probably got that one, and Elovia's from far away, so... Okay.
Don't worry. You guys helped me out.
Thank you.
You can see on her faces, she's exhausted, but still a little bit. You see, there's something on her mind. But as you guys drive, and the wind blaring across the frame of the car, as she speeds up, you hear it begin to roar loudly. As it begins to roar loudly, speed run. As you finally begin to enter into Riverworth, as she leaves the bridge and begins to go into this nice little suburban like area. You can smell water as you can look to the right. You see like a pier like dock area. You see boats that are bobbing to and fro. And as she drives in, the world and the lights become blinding and it suddenly becomes loud. And for someone like you, Rakan, and those who prefer the silence, mostly all of you, other than Zelchin, who seems to be having a ball.
This is his home, yeah.
Yeah, this is his home. It's deafening. The cacophony of conversations. It's so hard to focus at the same time on everything. And as you drive through, you watch as she begins to, you see as the people, a myriad of people begin to pull through. And you can see people in various styles of dress. Some in more exorbitant clothes. Some in more exorbitant clothes, and some in rags and more like workers' outfits that seem more akin to some of you. Wearing bright colors and all different types of frilly things and feathers, and it's hard to keep a complete lock of. And as you look up, you can see the skyscrapers and at least oblong like windows and glass and lights that pour through. The buildings themselves are like this beautiful glistening marble etched in some etched in gold and in very interesting architecture. As she turns down a street called Gold Rain Avenue, you can see as merchants begin to try and get passerbys to buy their shit, pretty much, and they even come close to the car as they try and wave it. And you watch as Viviana, not even caring for not even caring for life, just speeds ahead and begins to push through. And as the people become more scarce, you watch as now the buildings are becoming a bit more normal. You see more red brick as she turns down a place called Dilmer Avenue and pulls up to this 2-story house. Puts the car in park. So head back. She turns to the left. You see this 2-story house with a red bricked with a white door. It says 86 in golden letters. Well, golden numbers. Welcome to the Unsung Detective Agency. And there, we'll take a break.
Thanks for driving.
All right.
Thank God. I'll be back.
Welcome back. We resume as we get out the car in Rivenworth, entering the Unsung Detective Agency. That's the one.
You watch as Viviana gets out of the car. She doesn't even look towards you all. She just takes out her keys and locks the door and begins to push in. But she turns. You can see as she moves. It's literally it's just ingrained in her. She turns to the left, kicks off her shoes, and begins to. And she's take your shoes off. We don't do that shoe thing in here.
I'm just going to sort of raise an eyebrow towards Bastion's feet and take my shoes off and walk through.
Of course, Bastion's okay.
Bastion lost kneecap privileges.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Just carry him on your back.
Oh, dear.
And as you walk in, you watch as he flips a switch and a singular light begins to pour over all of you. You can see now it's like a nice wood grain, polished wood in the vestibule area, and there's immediate stairs that ascends upwards with a nice polished wood railing and carpeted staircase. And the carpet seems to stretch around into 2 more back areas. We've seen to the left a living room area, and the further back possibly a kitchen. As you can see,
so is this a house or an agency or both?
It's both.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure whether we'd gone into the agency or into her home or both.
No, you're actually in the agency.
Yeah. Cool.
She turns around. She looks at your confusion. Yeah, me and Jethro share this house, and we made an agency out of it.
Nice. Don't suppose you got rooms for 6, have you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I have a couch. We have another room with Jethro stays, and we have a few rooms upstairs. You're welcome to use it. Some of you are going to have to surf the floor. I thought that's okay.
I don't need to lie down. I'll need to sit. Oh, well, that concludes it.
Noted.
Yeah, that's 3 then. Yeah.
Noted again. Okay.
Can we put the little man to? Yeah, let's put the little man to bed.
Sure. And you watch as Maximilian Connolly comes out, rubbing his eye, and she sits. She crouches down and like scratches his hair. I'm gonna call your father. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be here.
That'd be
soon
better. Yeah.
To come and get you.
I don't typically like bragging or anything like that, but please mention that we saved him mainly for the sake of our licenses, but
As you say that, and she stands up and looks at you and just puts her hand on your shoulder. Don't worry, I do not forget the ones that helped me. And once you guys are settled in, come meet me upstairs.
Okay.
Watch as Maximilian falls up behind her. She pulls his hand. She's like, "Let's call your father," and begins to head upstairs.
It's nighttime, right? Though.
It is night.
Okay. Yeah, I'll.
It's around about like 8 p.m.
I'll take a seat on the couch and sort of get a little bit of that meditation on, just to.
As you sit. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, just to sort of regain my breath a little bit and. Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say I'm dropping the cloak and I'm just starfishing on the floor for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to Yeva and gently prod him with my quarterstaff. What's he doing?
This one is resting. You will find that your body needs sleep at least once a day, usually for about 7 or 8 hours if you're human. However,
You rest that up?
yes, elves, we work a little differently. So we go into a sort of meditation, if you like. We think, we daydream, and we sort of resume our thoughts. We let our brains shut down a little bit. And there is a name for it, and I'm going to have to actually try and remember what it's called. Reverie. As we enter the reverie, sometimes it'll be memories of what has recently happened. Sometimes it'll be thoughts of what we'd like to do in future. Sometimes just calm, happy memories, perhaps. But it is to restore the body in the same way that your body will need sleep. You must lie down and close your eyes.
Yeah,
like you did when you were hurt back at the cave.
I'm gonna give Rockin a piece of advice. If you're feeling cranky, if you're annoyed, if you're irritated, you either need sleep or you need food.
Okay, thanks. And then I'm gonna lie down like above where Elovia is, and I'm gonna like set up, look how she's laid, and then copy her.
Come on, give me a perception check first.
The ground is nice and cool.
With a +4, that's a 7.
Keep blind.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
That's a nat 20, baby, for a 23.
Damn.
Nice. Now give me one more. Give me a Arcana check.
That's a 16.
Okay. As you sit there and lay out, you saw it only for a minute, but you began to understand exactly what Yeva was talking about. And suddenly, you have a flash of genius. You sit up, and you cross your legs and begin to focus. You begin to understand. I can do this too.
Sick.
You can now use Reverie.
What a boss. Poor human body is going to get abused. Yeah, I mean, I would like to effectively either long rest or rest until doorbell rings, depending on which one happens first.
Okay.
Your wife. Oh, sorry.
You hear a voice, Viviana come up, voice echo. If you guys are hungry, there's a kitchen in the back. There's stuff in the cabinets if you want to eat anything.
Buried up.
I'm for a raid, boys.
Understood.
Zelchin's just like, well, fuck that. I'm gonna get food. I don't know about you. He begins to get up and head back there as you hear shuffling in the kitchen. Yeah, shuffling in the kitchen.
I'm gonna call back to him and ask him to bring me back something.
Okay, let's see what he finds. You watch it. He just he comes back and he just brings out like a little tin of like sausages. This is all I found.
I
You roll
work
a shit
for
investigation.
Yeah, he's famous for those.
It hands it to you. So everyone is staying down. What are you doing here, Bastion?
Bastion is going to, from his sleeve, is going to crawl a little mechanical spider, and it's going to start to stitch together all the tears in his clothing as he casts the mending cantrip repeatedly, effectively, but in the form of this little spider that has a needle and thread. That's just
Nice.
stitching all of his stuff back together, as well as just kind of trying to buff out any big scratches or scuff marks on himself. So he's just trying to maintain his appearance and undo any of the damage that was done by crawling through the tunnel earlier, where Yeva was shoving him through and such. So
for a short time, as you guys sit down and begin to recuperate, Viviana comes back downstairs, Maximilian in hand. Well, you want to be here within the hour. You guys mind joining me upstairs? There's also the service of your payment that I feel that I should give out to you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
And is everyone staying downstairs or everyone's going upstairs?
I'll
So
follow him.
Upstairs.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs.
Okay.
Mhm.
As you head upstairs, Maximilian stays downstairs and he sits on the couch, swinging his feet. As you head up, you see here the different rooms that are that kind of splinter off in another third. You see like it's another ladder that you can only assume that goes to the roof of this place. And as she continues to walk back, you see that she goes past, which you can assume is her room, as she closes it. If you need to use ascending disc, it's in there. And as she opens the door to this, it's different than the rest. It's a nice like red wood door that's nicely polished with a silver handle, and you can see on the handle itself it has like a little bit of like a symbol of like a lion. She opens the door, and immediately you're hit with a brush of wind. As she you see some of the papers begin to flitter about off the desk, and she's like, "Who the fuck left the window open?" And as you enter into this room, you can see that on the sides, along with some books that are in like these quite little shelves, you see that there are display cases that seem to have different knickknacks and items inside of it. And you just watch as she walks past the desk and kneel and crouches behind it as you hear her rustling in the bottom drawer of the desk. And she pulls out a bag and sets it on the table and slides it over. That's for all of you. Quite honestly, this is, I guess, all I can muster for right now. But as far as what you're saying earlier about the licenses, I'm sure I can get you what you need.
Appreciate it.
Inside the
helpful.
bag, whoever opens it, you find 1,000 gold pieces right in there.
Delightful.
Appreciate it.
Rakan, you see something. You see a small piece of parchment that slips under your feet from those that's kind of fallen off of the desk and slid under your foot.
I am gonna bend over and pick it up and see what it is.
Okay. You open it up and you see it's a letter. The parchment itself it's kind of has like fingerprint, like smudge marks, but the writing itself the penmanship is beautiful. And as you scroll through it, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna read it out loud, or are you gonna just keep it to yourself? What are you doing?
I'm gonna read it to myself first, but as I read, I'm holding it with one hand and I'm using my finger to guide by the words I go.
Okay. As you read it, it says this:
Hi, Grandpa.
Dear Viviana, I know I left you in probably quite the state, and I know it was selfish of me to just up and leave, knowing what you've been through. However, can you not feel it, really? The change in the air. Something is indeed wrong, and I can feel it stirring. Night after night, I'd lie awake, hearing the sound just buzzing through my head, and it beckoned to me, like a call to action. I tried to ignore it, and it just wouldn't work. And as I tried to ignore it, it got to the point where just work became second. I wasn't focusing, and you know how I am when I don't focus. I'm usually never not focusing. And then I couldn't stand it anymore. The days began to blend together. I didn't sleep. And then one after another, things just began to melt away. And I blinked, and I just found myself one night sitting on the roof of our agency. Couldn't remember how I got up there. And you know how I am when I don't have control of my faculties. And yet, as I sat there looking at the stars, I could still hear sound just buzzing in my ear. It's funny. I can't remember the last time I found myself absent-minded. You? That was the night I chose to just follow this feeling and to push through. I know probably leaving you probably brought up a whole bunch of different memories, but I have to find where this will take me. I'm sorry that you picked up and left, but I know you'll understand. And I know you'll catch the doll maker. Besides, you're not alone anymore. You found some interesting companions. Don't come looking for me, okay? And take care of yourself. Sincerely, Jethro.
You know how he said, like, he couldn't ignore it? Like, what was it, like, the voices or, like, something calling to him?
Buzzing
Like-
sound.
It's like Frozen 2.
I never watched it. Wait, what?
Okay, so I find it funny specifically because episode 2 was called Into the Unknown, which is a song from Frozen 2. And then in Frozen 2, Elsa was hearing like this voice that was calling out to her, and the whole thing was that she couldn't, like, she tried to ignore it, but she couldn't. So she followed it.
No, I have to watch
Kira
Frozen.
just full on copywriting.
Yeah, the whole thing. Plagiarism. Baby, yeah.
Definitely, we're playing Frozen too. So, just for reference, did Rokan then read that out loud?
Yeah, I'm gonna, as I've read it, I'm gonna think to myself about the Warforged, about the vision I saw, and then I'll read it out loud.
Just like
As
to
you read
watch
out loud, you
Viviana.
can see, you can see Viviana's face completely drops as she puts her hand on the desk. As you see, she's for the first time so far. You've only known her for 48 hours, but you see her in a weakened state, and she slams the desk. What the hell does that mean? What fucking sound? Shit!
You're lucky he wrote a letter to you.
She just sits down in the chair and just leans back. You left this all to me, huh? Your fucking legacy. Alright.
He mentions interesting companions. How does he know?
You watch as her eyes kind of shoot up and then turns around to the window and then looks out.
He was here.
This must be how the letter got delivered.
Efficient.
I mean, Jethro, if anything, he was that. Efficient.
Well, look at it this way. No matter how much the sound is taking over, he seems to still care.
Well, whatever. Either way, you can stay in the house if you want to.
You want a drink?
Please. You know what? Tell me, in your 1,000 years of life, what was it? Is that what it was?
1,200.
1,200? Please tell me you know how to fix a decent fucking drink.
Many. Where do I
Please.
find the accoutrements?
You right here. If she points, you see a glass cabinet filled with a lot of different nice vintages. in here, and you can see like nice little glass, nice interesting glass decanters and cups with like little intricate like crystalline designs at the bottom.
The woman needs a scotch.
Sorry. I'm gonna ask Viviana, where's Jethro's room?
It's on the other side, but he barely spent time in there. If you want to look for his room, that's basically it.
Can I go check it out?
Sure, you can sleep in there for all I fucking care.
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
Not like he's using the bed.
Precisely.
Oh, hand of the drink.
As you slide it over,
for myself.
she drinks it down and slides it. Another.
Alright, I was gonna go to bed, but guess I'm on porridge.
No, fuck that. You need 4 hours, right? You got that. It's fine.
I'll pour
You were
another one,
bragging
and
about
then
it there.
I'll pour another one, and then I'll just sort of ask you and Jethro,
Keep her safe as well.
you were friends before this all started?
Well, you remember Jasper in Iverson?
Yeah. Happy dude.
Yeah. Well, that was basically my father. I was left alone and abandoned. And Jasper, and still doing it, takes in kids after the orphanage burned down. He trained us. He trained me, and as he says that, you watch us, he like punches forward in like a nice, almost perfect form. And as I got older, I kind of wanted more, and I decided to move to Riverworth. And around here, I was all right. I wasn't the easiest kid, and when I got here, I was kind of by myself, and well, I wasn't the easiest kid. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was constantly in trouble with the guard. And well, my innate arcane ability, as you've seen, has kind of got me into trouble. And well, Jethro kind of found me. He was like, I guess you can call a second father. Took care of me.
Oh.
He trained me into being able to discern and get me control of over all of this, and he got me my license. Well, we've been partners ever since.
Sounds to me like you've found some good people to guide you, but you never really needed the help.
I mean,
looking after yourself, I mean. Perhaps not. Perhaps you needed the help making the decisions. But
yeah, because who knows where I would have been. Maybe I would have been with the Horde, or maybe I would have been with the Anima. Who knows?
Sorry, what did you say there?
The Horde.
The Horde and the Anima.
An Anima.
Okay.
Let's just see.
So
The Horde is we're trying to root them out. They're a organized crime syndicate. They're here in Riverworth. And well, they move efficiently.
Crime bad here.
They're terrible. And then there's Anima. They're, I guess, what you can consider rogue mages. You ever wonder what happens to a person who wakes up to a magical ability and doesn't give a fuck about the world?
No.
And doesn't even want to be told what to do. They're just like the base instinct of magic.
This was commonplace before the war.
Exactly. And they revel in that. They listen to no law. They practice and perform magic in the shadows. It can be anyone.
World ran alright before it was illegal. It'll run alright still. But regardless, let's not put the world to rights tonight, eh? Get yourself another drink and get yourself some sleep, Viviana.
Much as she gets up and she's... That's a good idea before you hear... The guest of the hour.
Never mind himself. I'll give Alovia a little nudge and say, come on, you might want to meet this guy.
Elovia's looking at. Did Rockin take the letter with him?
No, I guess just left it on Viviana's desk as I went out to go to Jessica's room.
Alright, Elovia's too busy looking at this letter. And then she looks up at Viviana. Are you happy that he even bothered reaching out to you?
Look, and she
I don't mean this in I don't mean this like isn't a you should be happy. I'm just genuinely wondering.
She looks at you for a second and looks down and reaches into her pocket, pulls out a cigarette. Takes a long drag and blows out. A part of me is happy. But I'm fucking angry. Yeah, we're family, but more than that, we're partners. He just ups and fucking leaves. And he sends this fucking letter. So, to answer your question, yes. So I'm happy. But I'm fucking pissed. She, like, puts the cigarette out in the cup that she just drunk from.
Elovia is at this point just completely lost in thought.
So I'm not gonna keep him waiting. She starts to exit out and head downstairs.
I'd like to follow her.
Okay.
That should I go with as well.
Okay. Rakan, what are you doing?
I'm hoping that I found the right room.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door to it. What does the room look like?
As you open the door, this room is, as she said, is pretty barren. As you can see, there is a telescope in here, and there's like a small little shelving of books on there. You see the bed here is it has been made, and you see it's like a completely unwrinkled. You see there's a closet in the side, and that's mostly all you see here. Like she said, it really is barren.
What? I'm gonna walk over to the bookshelf. What are the books on?
You see the books. There's some here. There's some that Yeva has written. You do see here that there are.
Who is his publisher, man?
You see that there are. Well, he's been in business for 12
Penguin.
years. The bed is a singular bed. As you can see here, there's like books on anatomy. There's books on psyche, psychology, things like that. You see books on Arcana Tech. There's almost any subject you're looking for. There are books here. You find a book on Old Gods as well, which also is written by Ava.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm gonna walk up to the telescope.
Okay.
And look through it to see what he was last looking at. If he was looking at something specific or.
As you look through it, give me a perception check.
$15.
Okay. Looking at it, you see he was just you can't really see anything that's actually of import. You just see stars here. Maybe on a different night, perhaps, you think?
Okay. As a player, I know this probably won't amount to anything, but I'm gonna sit on his bed, cross legs, and try and see if I can find the wavelength to hear this buzz.
Interesting. First, I need a perception check with disadvantage. sit there and try to focus. You begin to stretch out your consciousness. And for the first time, now you saw Yeva did it. And you said, okay, maybe you can reverse engineer this. You need to stretch outwards. You, to the far off side, you begin to hear, you feel like a slight buzzing, but it's really faint. And as you eyes snap open, you look to the right. And your eyes focus on this one singular point on a wall.
I'm gonna hop off the bed and go up to the wall.
Right.
And I'm gonna put one hand on the wall.
Okay. As you put your hand on the wall, you feel the rest as your fingertips splay out. Some of the portions feel cold, but you feel a nice warm spot in the center.
Jethro was chasing the central heating.
Can I apply pressure on the wall? Does it move? Does is the wall? Can I knock on the wall? Is it hollow?
You knock on the wall, it does seem hollow.
Okay. Fuck. I am gonna shout, sorry! And then I'm gonna grab my quarterstaff with both hands and just
As the brick kind of breaks in, you reach your hand in, and you feel like a cloth, and you pull it out, and you feel that in the cloth itself is it's a book. As you pull it out and you begin to unfurl it, you see it's this leather-bound book with I believe it's an aquamarine gem in the center of it. And as you hold your hand over it, feel that buzz deep inside.
Okay. Can I tell if it's coming from... Wait. Did you say that there's a gem on it?
Yeah, it's an aquamarine gem in the front.
Okay, can I tell if the buzzing's coming from the gem?
It feels like the whole book is
The
buzzing.
whole book. Okay, I'm gonna open the book.
As you open it, you see a few things. You see the author of the book, first off.
Is it Ava?
Oh, no. Yeah. You see the one second. Sorry. Forgive me. Forgive my transgressions. There we go. As you open the book, you see it's written by someone named Hayden Lawrence. And you see the name of the book. It's called The Quivering Twilight. What are you doing, Rocco?
I know I shouldn't. I'm gonna read it.
All right. As you begin to flip through the book, you're kind of a little disappointed. You don't see anything. On the book itself, as you begin to flip through it, you see it's mostly about a woman and a lover who's across the world, and they speak using a mirror. As you read it, that's all it seems to be. You kind of finding it odd that nothing's coming of it.
Are there any names for the characters?
One of the names is Janus. Janus is one of her names. Janus Stringer, Sringer. And the other one, his name is Kiana Oakhart.
I'm gonna skip to the end of the book. How does it end?
Oh, the end of the book. At the end of the book, it says that you read as she is talking about leaving the house that she's in, taking the mirror itself, and she shatters it on the floor, on the outside, and she begins to take the pieces and begins to ingest them.
Okay. I'm gonna close the book. I'm gonna put the book in my bag. Are there any mirrors in this room?
No, there are no mirrors in this room.
Okay, then I am gonna leave said room, join the party, and I'm when I see Viviana, I'm gonna say, sorry for the bang, I fell over.
As you come downstairs, she doesn't even acknowledge you. As you see standing at the bottom of the staircase is a man, half elven man, hair shorter, shaved on the sides. It's kind of like it's like a nice, like it's like a crew cut. He's wearing a 3-piece suit, a ring on one hand, and he's wearing like this. He's wearing like a black pinstripe 3-piece, and the vest and the tie in the center, with Maximilian in front of him, his hands on both his shoulders, and he looks. Oh, so you're the ones that helped save my son.
Yeah, he's a good little man.
That he is. He told me a lot about Yeva Adelin, right? That's your name, right?
That'll be me.
I know of you. And the rest of your names.
My name's Rokan Debris, and I'm gonna start laughing.
Well, you were right, Max. He is a strange one. You, miss, I heard that you were the most doting of all. Definitely.
Elovia, there. She's still upstairs with the letter.
Okay, you stay upstairs. I'm sorry. Bastion, did you come downstairs?
I am Bastion of the 41st Mechanical Corps.
And Soju walks up and shakes your hand. Thank you for all you've done.
You're welcome.
So, I hear Viviana tells me there's a few things in order.
Perhaps.
Well, tomorrow morning, it is late tonight. I'll have a limousine pick you up and bring you to my estate. We'll get you outfitted with licenses.
I was asking the DM as a player, can it support like more than 600 pounds?
Yes. Don't worry. I got you.
I appreciate that. We'll see you in the morning, I guess.
Yes. And again, thank you so much for what you've done.
I'll look down on the boy. Take care, little man.
Maximilian runs over, gives you a hug, and then looks up and where's Elovia?
She's upstairs. Want to say goodbye?
If I can. And he turns around and looks at
Elovia!
His father.
No, nothing.
I'll roll for this, actually. I don't think you meant it to, but that letter really struck Elovia. I guess a charisma. That's a 7.
So Elovia stays upstairs.
Yeah.
I'll look to his father. Do you mind if he comes up to say goodbye? She looked after him a lot.
I mean, from what I've heard, you've taken him through a cavern and saved him from water rapids.
Yeah, we should be all right. I'll sort of pick him up and carry him up, and then I'll sort of tap on the door and open the door, and then sort of put him down to walk over to her, figuring that he might stir her where we don't.
Maximilian walks in, and Elovia, currently you're just staring into space.
Looking at this letter specifically, but you can tell I'm not studying it. It's more like me pondering my own thoughts.
As you're sitting there pondering, you just feel warm, small arms wrap around your leg.
Sorry.
He looks up, and as he sees you're completely still in your thoughts, he's, oh, okay, bye. and then let's go, and turns around and begins to head back downstairs. As you both come downstairs, you see that another woman has come in, and you see as her and you are talking back and forth. You see as a small halfling woman with a nice white blouse, but she's wearing like a vest over it, and she's wearing like a longer skirt and writing down things. She's okay, so I'll pencil this in for 9 o'clock, and then you can do this. And yet, don't worry, we'll get them. I'll still be able to make my meeting. It's fine. And as Maximilian comes down, he's like, Daddy, all the other shit, and runs up to him. So, well, I'll bid you all good night. I'll see you all bright and early tomorrow.
Will do.
You watch the halfling turn. She turns and gives a deep bow, her hair falling forward, and she exits out and leaves out, and Viviana closes the door behind them.
Good, the child is safe.
Yeah, and tomorrow we get to visit the aristocracy. You'll fit right in, Rogan.
Look, I just want my license, okay?
Yeah.
Not being able to feel
It's
the
hard.
air. It's not right.
No. We'll sort it out tomorrow. At this point, I'd like to head back upstairs to the office.
Mm-hmm.
Come in and just sort of gently place a hand on Alovia's sort of elbow. And, you should get some sleep.
Perhaps.
Something affected you here.
I had a daughter named Calais. Her name meant beloved, and I truly did love her. She would have been 7 this year. One day before I had left my home, my husband Volcon and I were making dinner, and some of the village children came to me crying, saying Calais was being attacked by wolves. Volcon left to get help from the others in the village while I ran out to protect my daughter and fend off the wolves until they arrived. When I got there, she was being picked apart by the wolves. I managed to get to her and I held her in my arms, protecting her from being bitten and clawed. I knew I couldn't outrun a pack of wolves, and I was much too weak to fight off all of them. So I cried out for someone to save Calais, and miraculously, someone heard my plea. The journal that I had kept all these years flew up into a new page. The page had a contract, granted me a magical power. Frankly, I didn't bother reading it, as it was between reading the fine lines of a contract or my daughter bleeding out in my arms, so I just signed it. With this power, I managed to kill all the wolves, but it was too late. I passed out, and when I awoke, I was told my daughter fell into a coma. As you may know, I come from a very isolated village, completely independent from magic and technology. We pride ourselves in being able to live self-sustained, and we're home to some of the greatest warriors. And yet, we had nothing to combat Calais' condition. We were far too remote to reach anyone with the magical or technological prowess to save her. And I was a coward. I couldn't face my daughter dying, nor could I face my husband, as I felt like a failure. And so, now bound to a contract with the patron I didn't even know, I left. I don't believe in fortune tellers because I'd like to believe that fate can be altered. That maybe in a different world I could have saved Calais. How could a fortune teller tell me that what fate I face, if fate can be altered? The idea of having a fate decided for them the moment they're born is such a cruel thought. I'd rather die believing I'm a failure as a mother than live knowing that Calais had no chance in living a full life. Every day, I think about writing my husband a letter, but I'm terrified of how he may react. Would he be happy that I'm alive? Or would he be so angry at me for failing Calais that he would only become more upset at me for even reaching out?
I don't know about him, but I don't see it as you failing Calais. I see it as a mother doing her best, and sometimes in this horrible world, our best is not enough.
Unfortunately so.
Come. Let's get you to bed. Thank you for sharing, Olivia. I've never had a child. I never would have a child. But I've seen what that relationship's like, and I can't imagine losing one.
At this point, I still don't accept it.
No, don't suppose I ever would.
At this point in time, what is Rakan and Bastion doing?
I am sat on the couch downstairs and just very lost in thought about the buzzing, the story. He thinks that there's some kind of connection between his vision and the fact that Jethro was sat on a roof one day and didn't know how to get there, looking at the stars. The fact that he has a telescope looking at the stars. Yeah, he's very lost in thought.
Bastion?
Bastion is trying to think if he's ever heard of a warforged named Kreese.
Give me a
Let's
total
try.
check.
We got, 19.
19. Begin to think back further and further and further. You do. The name Kreese does echo. You also remember a moniker that went along with it: the Butcher.
All right.
Sorry, was that the Butcher?
The Butcher.
Thanks.
Some adventures. Yes, Bench?
Oh, yes. And then, have I ever seen warforged with blue eyes before, or a gold exterior, like Words? Or does Words seem like a different animal?
Word seems like a different animal.
Was he made of gold?
You don't know?
Just for our reference sake, all Warforged we've ever seen are black, right?
So far?
Yeah.
Well,
obviously
yeah,
apart
so
from the
far,
brass and the gold, yeah, but...
I'll give you one more chance. This has to be Olivia. Give me an intelligence check.
Secret.
That's a 9.
You don't remember. As far as the blue eyes, that's also interesting.
I'm just saying, guys, gold is soft.
So
Yeah, but it could just be gold leaf on top of, tungsten. And then he's going to start sketching out plans for his steel defender
oh, nice.
that he
Perfect.
gets to make once he finishes a long rest.
Nice. Okay. So, as you all finally find yourselves drifting into sleep, the blackness finally taking you. Olivia, as you sleep, the sounds of the city distant in your ears. You feel your body somewhat drift aloft. You feel as if you're falling upwards to water. As you reach through, your eyes open as the familiar sight of your home catches in your eyes. As you look around, you can hear the growling of wolves as they begin to pace around you. You hear, "Mommy, help me." As you sit up, you see your child surrounded. What do you do?
My dash towards her. Try
As
to
you,
take her in my arms.
as you dash towards her, and you go to swipe at her and feel her body as light as you always remembered it. You slip her up into your arms as the wolves come closer. And as you stretch out your arm, you feel weight. Feel energy. What do you do?
Oh, what do you mean by weight? Like just in my body,
In your hand.
in my hands? Oh. Eldritch Blast?
You gonna Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel the weight. You pull your hand back, and you fire an Eldritch Blast. Make an attack roll, please.
I do have this open. That's a nat 20.
Nice. Roll your damage.
That hysterical strength is really not kicking it because that's 9 damage.
9 damage. Easy enough for this. As the Eldritch Blast fires through, and you watch as the wolf dissipates into wisps of smoke, but more are coming. As you look around, you just kind of assess your situation. Your daughter grips tightly on you. What are you doing? As they're now becoming to moving faster.
How many are there?
Currently, there are 6.
I guess I'm just gonna have to Eldritch Blast again. I don't really have a choice. It's either that or just waiting for our demise.
Okay. As you go to stick out your finger in the Eldritch Blast, coming out and you watch as it's a whiff of the Eldritch Blast kind of, it seems to dissipate, and you feel your connection kind of severed. And as you begin to stretch and begin to try and bulk yourself up to seem more imposing to them, they leap towards you. As you bring yourself down and cup your daughter to protect her, you hear an explosion as a wave of energy forms around you. And you see that hammer in front of you. You watch as it's filled, and the actual mallet of it has shocks running through it. And as you go to touch it, you wake up. In the morning, everyone wakes up now in the morning.
Thor's hammer woke me up.
Literally in the middle of typing the same thing. So Josh was like, Thor's hammer. Oh, fucking hell. That was one emotional night. I'll turn around to people. Breakfast.
As you wake up, you can smell eggs and things cooking.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. You made me scotch, I'll make you eggs.
Deal.
As I wake up in Jethro's bed, I'm gonna look at the bricks and just kind of with my foot go under the bed.
Okay, you slide it under. Yeah, okay, you got it.
And then head downstairs.
All right. So yeah, you go ahead and head downstairs. That's currently Vivian is down there cooking. She's like, okay. And you see now she has the full apron on. You can see that she's taken care of people before. It's even though she's been cooking, it's still not stained, but she's like, okay, we have to hurry up to everyone get ready. Rakan, brush your hair. As she started to maneuver around and put food out in plates and all things of that nature. And she watches. Reads up, looks at her watch. Oh, shit, we don't have a lot of time. What are you doing in this morning? Why you only have a few, maybe 30 minutes.
Why are you rushing?
Remember, he's going to pick us. He's going to come get us. You're picking us up. You
Well,
forgot?
if he's picking us up, why are we rushing?
Don't keep
It
you
would
and
be polite
Turson
not to
waiting.
wait.
Wait, so he's
Thank you,
here
Ash.
now?
No, he's on his way.
Right, so why are we rushing?
I don't
If
have
we're-
time. As you're talking, she picks up a piece. She picks up some of the eggs and shoves it in your mouth. I don't have time.
At this moment, I'd like to turn to Zoltran, and I know he's not currently present, but I would like to sharply remind him that to keep his hands to himself. This is not somebody we want to get in trouble with. This is somebody who's going to help us.
Hey, listen, all right? If I see something nice, I may take it. I know I can't make any promises. Okay?
Yeah, okay, got it.
All right. Now, where was I?
I'm assuming there's a postal service, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Olivia's heavily debating writing that letter. She doesn't even know what to write. I mean, she doesn't know what to say.
Can you say?
If we got a couple of minutes, I'd like to open the book. And it works both ways, so obviously I can write in it according to the journal, but I can also recall what's in the journal, and flick back to anything I've got on Ewan Tiefling. I still can't remember his surname, sorry.
Oh, Ewan Tierslin?
Tierslin, that's the one. It's Tiefling is just stuck in my head now. And obviously I know that he, about how he's formed the government and stuff, and like what he's famous for. Is he the leader of the Grand Council?
He is one of the high-ranking members, but mostly they try to stay on an even playing field.
Okay.
You know that the other leaders of the other major capitals are in the Ground Council,
right? And
he works alongside them. They preach peace mostly, and also it came out a long time ago that there was an armistice that doesn't allow Arcanattack weapon of mass destruction to be made.
Mm-hmm.
There are no WMDs can be made.
Okay.
Although when you were driving into Rivermurth, you did see that they have some Arcanattack based cannons and defenses there, which is okay.
And lastly, you mentioned he was a half elf. Do I recall something of his age? Has he been around a long time or just a little while?
He's been around for quite a while, but he's a baby compared to you.
Okay, so he's only since the war.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I will not change. I will remain in armor.
Okay.
And I'll be ready to proceed.
All right. As you guys all finish your breakfast and feel nice and full and refreshed, you hear the doorbell ring as Viviana throws the apron off and lets it land on a chair, and she checks herself as she was still cooking with her gun on her side. And she's like, okay, good. Checks everything. All right, baby, we're okay, but we're leaving, let's go. And she steps out. You watch as the halfling you saw last night, as she opens the door, she's, oh, we're coming. Oh, okay. As Viviana brushes past her, and as you all come outside, you see this beautiful black, you've been in Viviana's car. It's just like 3 times that. It's huge. You see, it has like a little bit of lined in gold with the and the actual rims themselves are like these the old Cadillac rims with like the the spokes. And as you all be able to come out, you see a taller, glistening warforged in a suit jacket opens the door. Please, if you all enter.
So as everyone was eating breakfast, Bastion was putting the finishing touches on his Steel Defender, which looks like a mechanical Triceratops.
Hey, cool.
It is going to now... and then he... Phalanx, Gestalten! And then it stays immediately to his right, under his... kind of like right under his shield, as he's got his left hand open for a weapon, although he's not armed right now, but so it just stays right to his right.
Awesome.
And
I love
climbs in the car with him.
Nice. As you all get in, the car slightly dips as Alovia, are you stepping in as well, or are you going to do anything before you step in? Okay, Rakan, you stepping in? Okay. As you all step in and begin to slide down, there's 2 rows. There's 2 rows of you guys being able to face each other in these plush leather seats. As the door closes, you see the roof of it begins to light up with this beautiful azure hue. Inside, once that lights up, you see a small little mini bar here as well. As you see, the Warforged just calls out, "Well, if you would like any refreshments, please."
Sorry, you said the Warforged calls out?
The Warforged opened the door, and he's in the front now. He leaned back. He looked
Shit,
back.
that completely bypassed me. Sorry. Yeah, got it.
Okay, great.
I'm good.
So, car starts as you watch as the halfling steps in, and she's like, "Okay." She hits the glass as you all begin to drive off. Viviana currently like fisting herself. She's like, "I've only really ever visited him in his home with Jethro, and well, this kind of makes me
shit.
a little odd. Oh, a little weird. Okay, got it."
I remember
You guys-
what I wanted to do before we left. I
What?
wanted to take a shower.
We'll say you took a shower.
Yeah,
A real-
we assumed we
a
all
real
washed.
spritz. A real quick spritz. As you all begin to drive through the city proper, you see now it looks beautiful in the daylight as well as it did at nighttime. People still walking by. You see a lot of workers and a lot of patrons that you can see, shops and all types of markets. As you begin to pass through the cobbled through the paved road, you suddenly turn into this cobbled road as you see above you this large, like, I guess you can really call it a sky bridge, and it's surrounded with glass. You see people walking through, and as you all begin to drive up this cobbled roadway, you see it says in this nice plating, District of Gilding, and you see the area begins to slightly change. The houses become large and gargantuan. You see they all have their own set plots, as opposed to the house on Dilmer Avenue. You see the sprawling acres of grass. You see as you drive up the cobble roadway, you see another building to your left, on the other side, just says Tierslin Institute, and then you see farther on the final and the largest four-story mansion of you in Tierslin. You see I love this. You see embossed in the gate, ET, as the gate opens, and you begin to enter inward as the limousine drives around this large fountain of a warrior with a shield and sword, and the water begins to spill out. Viviana gets out first, as you can see the halfling says, "Wait," before the door shuts. And then on your side, Yeva, the door opens as the Warforged says, "Please, you may exit."
I'll get it.
As you all climb out, the servants are there to greet you as the doors open, and you're all ushered inside. A long, sprawling staircase, it begins to spiral upwards, and the marble of this place is like a deep green.
Ooh.
But the halfling begins to lead you up to the fourth floor.
Oh, right. Stairs we go.
And as you make your way up to the fourth floor, she simply bows as the door opens. You see Euron Turslin there, standing, talking to one other person. As you see him, you see it's a red dragonborn, dressed in one of the most dapper suits you've ever seen. As you guys open the door, you say, "Oh, here they are, the heroes of the hour." And you watch as the dragonborn turns around, horns stretching backwards, red face. You see he has like these gold bands around his horns. He's wearing this beautiful navy suit with a vest and an ascot and a simple gold with a diamond gem in the center of the ascot. He sits there. He looks, "Well, I must sincerely thank you all." He walks up to Rakan first and grabs his hand, and he gives you like a hard shake. "I must thank you for finding Maximilian." As Maximilian runs in behind you all, and he says, "Uncle Nicholas." Nicholas, as he jumps into Dragonborn's arm and he gives him a nice tight hug. He's Max, we were worried about you. And he like kind of swings around and puts him down. And as you all walk in, Yurin sits down and he says, please, have a seat. As the halfling begins to, you see she's like struggling to push in chairs, but she push the chairs in for all of you to have a seat down and sit down.
Poor girl's overworked. Right, yep, I'll take a seat.
She gets paid well.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, first things first. And as he reaches into his desk, he pulls out these 5 slips of it's a laminated card, and he slides it forward to all of you. And as you look at it, they're blank. I mean, well, other than you gave it, you do have one. Slides it over to Lovia, Rakan, and Bash. And Zeltron, sorry. But Zeltron really didn't read it.
Zoltran's behalf, is there anything shiny in the room?
Make an investigation check.
I mean, is there anything not shiny? Surely that'll take a better perception check.
16 plus whatever his...
4.
Everything is shiny. Everything is shiny. As you look around, as he looks around, there are priceless pieces, busts of old warriors. You see a display case with a little decrepit page in it. Looks like it's been slightly torn and slightly burned. There's like a gem encrusted dagger that's in another display case at the top. The world is
Sure, he would want to steal something. I just don't know what he would want to steal.
Yes. On behalf of Yeva, I would like to touch him and cast Shield of Faith, giving him a nice blue glowing aura around him.
you watch as you're just interested. Okay.
He's a little
Nice.
easily distracted. We just won't want to get. We don't want him wandering off. It's best we keep an eye. All 3.
You watch the Dragonborn. Best you do. Good. Don't want him getting loose.
Regardless, thank you so much for sorting out these licenses for us. My friends here are distant and even more distant travelers to the land, and magic is more natural in their places, in their homes.
Oh,
And this comes very strangely to them.
there's also, I hate to say it because my son is not a bounty, but there is a finder's fee for finding my son.
Well,
He reaches down and pulls out a chest and slides it over and opens it. You see just glittering gold pieces inside. That's all for you.
most
Olivia's
appreciated.
gonna pick up
Go
the
on, Logan.
card, and as you... Oh, sorry.
No, I said go on, Olivia. Sorry, because I went to talk
Oh.
over you.
Oh, yeah. You said it's blank, right? Does it do anything when she picks it up?
As you touch it, you watch as it begins to change and alter. You see it says your name. And it gives you, it says your name and just gives you like the years you've been practicing magic.
So the past year.
Not
Only
a lot.
1 year.
Yeah, just 1 year of practicing magic. That's all.
That's
I'm
interesting.
gonna pick up mine.
Okay.
What does it say?
Right. As you pick it up, you watch as it flashes, and then goes blank, and then flashes again, and then goes blank. Flashes one more time, and then you watch as it flashes, it blinks brightly, and then completely just goes off and stays blank.
We got a disco card.
I'm gonna lift it up. Is that what this thing is? You need this to do magic? It's blank. I'm gonna throw it back down.
As it slides over, you picks it up, and it immediately changes.
Yeah, it's not going to work the same way for him. A forgery would probably be better. He's
I can't do forgeries, but I guess he'll have to take an older version.
Yeah.
He puts it back down and goes into the drawer and literally writes out like a permission note.
Pretty much.
Permission note.
I'll pass.
And just signs it and stamps it. Folds it and
Thank you.
slams it over the Rockon. That'll
Okay,
work.
I'm gonna pick it up. I need this to do magic.
Yes, son.
You need that to do magic legally, Rokan.
Why?
Well,
We went over this.
No, let the man explain. I'm, in fact, Mr. Tislin, I'm also intrigued as to your response to this.
I'm sorry. His response to what? To
Why I need this to deal magic?
well, you. Well, I'm assuming
It's not here.
you know exactly what happened years ago. The reason to the war, right? Magic ran
He
wild.
likely does not.
Magic ran wild. Young Rockon.
And now,
Magic's a bit more controlled.
because
Son,
people need this.
because people need that, and also the playing field has been equalized.
Do you need a license to carry another weapon?
Yes, you do.
Olivia hides her giant battle axe that's on her back.
He looks at you. That's fine.
Why is that fine but magic isn't?
Magic's destructive.
And a warhammer's destructive.
It is, but
Don't bring this into him.
unfortunately for the Warhammer or the battle axe, I'm sorry.
No, it's a Warhammer. I
It's
just
a
say
Warhammer.
battle axe because I love battle axes.
Okay.
I slipped on my part.
All right. Well, the thing about a Warhammer, it can destroy a wall. Magic can destroy a whole countryside.
Not all magic. It's just a tool, just like that warhammer's a tool.
True, but then some people can use it for nefarious means.
Then deal with those people.
We can't go out just killing everybody.
I'm not saying kill everyone.
And what are you saying, Rakan?
I'm
Tell
saying
me, Rakan. How old are you, actually? Come to think of it.
old enough.
I don't think so. Because you don't even know your history.
Yeah, I think he's two, sir.
He's older than me.
You want to question how old I am? Try giving me that license again.
No. I want you to answer to me about how you would go around solving.
Well, I would allow people to use magic because it's natural.
And then what
And
if...
then... I'm sorry, did you
Please.
want me to answer?
No, please, finish, Rakan. Please. I love a good debate. It's the reason why I'm in this seat.
And then if people do bad things, you punish the bad people. You don't punish the good people for what the bad people do.
It seems to me, it doesn't seem like punishment to me. Yeva has a license, and he's able to practice magic and go as we...
I think it's fair to say that for you and I, Mr. Tisson, I suppose I would call him, magic is less natural than it is for Rokan here. Asking him to stop using magic is like asking us to stop eating food or stop breathing. It's part of
I'm not asking him to stop using magic.
No,
I'm
but
asking-
this is why he finds the topic quite so confusing. If you would imagine we had asked Bastian here to stop, using contraptions or to simply stop operating the way he operates, it would be so foreign to him that he wouldn't understand. Imagine he needed a license to wield a weapon. He can't unwield a weapon. He is a weapon.
Understandable.
Rokan is magic.
Yes. And Bastion is also a weapon. I'm sorry to say, Bastion. But those weapons were corralled, were they not? They were controlled. Everything needs control.
Warforged are controlled.
Excuse
I
me.
have no argument with regulations. Regulations keep armies alive. Regulations keep us moving.
But I'm
There
hearing.
is grace in order.
What are you hearing, Miss Olivia?
I'm hearing communism.
Kind of authoritarianism, but
No, you're free to do as you please. However, I've seen what war has done. I've seen what magic has done. And yes, I myself have the ability to use magic. And I make my choices. Yeah, there are bad people in the world, Rakan. There are bad people using magic. You yourself, as powerful as you may be, can one day go rogue and destroy an entire countryside. Can you not?
Then why do you allow Warforged? Couldn't they one day go haywire? There's a butler in this mansion.
But everyone deserves a chance.
Don't magic users deserve a chance to prove themselves? Instead, you don't let them prove themselves. You limit them.
A license is not a shackle.
Isn't it?
It is not.
No.
It is not a shackle.
It is.
With that piece of paper I've given you, you can go out and cast magic all you wish.
Then what is the need of a license if anyone can get one?
Because we have people to control those who don't have a license.
So it is a shackle.
The license is the shackle. However, the
freedom is.
This is an interesting kid you brought to me.
A child is an interesting word for him. He's older than you or I.
Tell me, Rakan, what else do you do?
What do you mean?
Is there anything else you do? You seem so worldly and so understanding. Is there anything else you do?
He means
the
your
silence
job.
is telling.
What do you do?
I run the city. And
Well, there's a murderer around.
Okay. We know this. And he looks toward Viviana. And the guard, along with Viviana, you guys are doing the best you can, yes? Everyone has their job to play, Rakan. I'm sure you have one too, even though you can't tell me what it is.
Do I need to? Is that another shackle you want to place on me?
No.
Is that another shackle you place on people?
I simply asked the question.
Responsibility.
Why are you so defensive?
I'm not defensive. I would just rather people be free.
Still think people are free. People are able to go out and do whatever they want out here. As he points out to the window.
They
Just
can
like
do what they
killing
want
people.
if they can do they can do what they want if they have a license, you mean?
Yes.
While you collect the rest like cattle.
The Warforged, unfortunately, have to be corralled.
Then why do you allow some Warforged?
Because these are not, as he points to the Warforged that just walks into the room. These are not from back then. These are newer models.
You're still making them.
I'm going to cover Bastion's ears.
Warforged deserve to live. Bastion,
apart from the ones in Black Zones.
Well, they are
still alive.
As you've already encountered, pretty violent. However, he looks toward Bastion. Bastion is free to roam as he chooses. I will not stop him. No guard will grab him.
Indeed.
Biologicals that lose their mind are confined as well for the safety of the other biologicals.
Isn't it safer to just kill them?
No, we don't just kill. You think genocide is okay?
Wait, hold on a minute. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Rokan, you said you don't like placing shackles on people. People deserve to be free. Why would you suggest people kill
and with that,
people for a threat?
Conversation. I rest my point. The kid knows nothing. But he slides over. These gold pieces are yours, as well as this. And he pulls out tickets to a show. Ooh, 2 nights time at the theater. Enjoy yourself.
I'd like to point out.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll try not to get killed by the what's it called?
Yeah, you're skipping on your words, Rakan.
I'll make her.
You should take him outside. It may be
No.
Fuck you, God.
To you, Rokan may not know many things, but he is still entitled to an opinion. If you hit a child, that child still is entitled to feel hurt. because you hit him. Rockhand is still entitled to an opinion. Even if you say that he knows nothing.
At this point, I think it's fair to say that Yeva's probably going to agree with Rockhand. I would say to you and Tislin, I don't think the child knows nothing. I think he might know more than all of us. There's a lot in this world that needs control because of the way the world has progressed. But I remember a time when we were all free to do as we wished, and it was peaceful, and it was beautiful. I don't think either way is 100% correct, but... And whilst I appreciate what you've done for, well, government and democracy and logic, I think something did need to be done. I think Rockhand has a point. A lot of people aren't as free as they should be.
Well, we can all agree to disagree. That's fine. I made my way here by debating.
Mm-hmm.
Differences of opinion is fine. That's why there's 7 on the council and not just 1.
True enough, true enough. And it's said that you're one of the more reasonable ones, so... It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for one.
I try to be. Nice to meet you, too. And she says, he sits there, you watch as the halfling comes up, and she walks up and whispers into his ear. Oh, okay. Well, I have another meeting to go to. So, watch as the Dragon Boy moves up and stands next to him. He said, "No, Nicholas, it's fine. You don't have to come. Please, I guess enjoy the city. I'm assuming this is the first time you all been here, right?"
Yes.
Since it was built.
Oh, enjoy the city.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Can I ask you one more question? You're on our way out.
Sure.
Where's the
If you
best?
can walk and talk.
Where's the best library, bookstore, whichever you think has more worth reading?
Well, there is the Tierson Athenaeum. However, that's off limits unless you have access to the college. It's only for students. However, the Riverworth Midtown Library is just as good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There's also the Dusty Bookshelf as well in Midtown. If you want to find some books.
Thank you. I'd like to see what's
How
available.
much was in the chest?
3,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Okay, I was so preoccupied with Rockan
That's
debating.
That's a total of 4,000 that we've raised today. Oh, also, while we're there, Kira, sorry, going back to the previous night, it's fair to say I probably opened the bag of holding to find out what I'd scooped out of Waz's chest. Would you mind? Sorry, should we get out of this place first?
Yes. As he's leaving, he puts his hand on Rockan's shoulder. He says, "You know what? You ever, you have a good future in government. Actually, you argue with some of the best of them." He begins to walk out.
At this point,
It's an
Yeva's just
anarchist
walking out
party.
muttering, unmitigated disaster.
You see, what we do for the rest of the campaign is we start a political campaign.
we're gonna have Rockan for president, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
Yeah. So, do we just sort of wander out the front door, or is he taking us
Yeah.
back somewhere?
No, you guys can went out the front door and Viviana comes down. There's a car waiting outside. Viviana's like, "Well, okay, thanks, Rakan. You really made me shit myself. And let's fucking get out of here, please. This place makes me uncomfortable." And he goes down. Guys pile into the limousine, and like the driver says, "Where you guys want to go?"
All right, well, before we left, I wanted to give a proper goodbye to Max.
Oh, great, yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
You guys give a nice hug, and so you scratch his hair, and you just just come see me again, I guess, or I guess I'll see you again. I don't know. It was just really fun, dangerous but fun, and
It was fun.
I'm sure I would have a lot of fun if somebody were carrying me too.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot of stress out of the situation.
as he sits there, he kind of walks up and like puts his hand on the warhammer. Can you teach me how to use this one day, or?
One day, I gotta figure out how to use it myself. How old is he, by the way?
He's 9. He's 9.
Okay.
You got time.
All right. Maybe when you're old enough to carry it.
Okay. Sure.
I have all the time in the world to figure it out until then.
All right. Well, bye. As you guys all leave and head down and get into the limo, and now the driver asks, "What do you guys want?"
The best damn diner in town, I think.
Oh, okay. As you guys drive, you tell them the best place doesn't go too far. He says, "It's a good thing. Ewan also told me to take you over to the Elegant Bowl." He says it's on him.
Oh, mighty meal.
Oh yeah.
For the sake of Slicer, Kira, would that be a particularly good place to stop before we get there, so we might be able to talk to him about some of the things that have happened?
Power
when he's
just
back?
turned back on.
Yeah. I think maybe not reintroducing him, giving him an episode to catch up before we then discuss everything together.
Yeah, that's fine. And then we will end there as you guys are heading toward the Elegant Bowl for some brunch.
Nice. And as we do, would you kindly let me know what I found in my bag of holding?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Also, we will take a detour to somewhere where I could buy a pearl worth 100 gold. I can help
don't
you
worry.
figure out what is in there.
Oh no, I can identify. I can cast identify.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, do you have a pearl worth 100 gold?
No, I have an item that does it for me.
Okay. So you find a few things. There's only one thing you need to actually. You find 1,500 gold pieces inside.
Sick.
You find the wand. The wand is a wand of magic missiles.
Nice.
The other two, you found the hunting rifle. And you find one interesting weapon that you've never seen before. You've seen some Arcana tech, but this now it's a silver and gold revolver, and it has like these intricate designs on the chamber. And as you've identified it, the only thing that pops up, oh shit, I don't think you can identify it.
No.
You
Not
can't identify
it's
it,
Arcana tech. I'll leave it
you
with
can
Bastion
identify it.
to play with.
But you do feel the arcane energy within it. It does have some ability.
Cool.
But you would have to take it to an Arcana tech aficionado in order to actually know what it does.
Bastion wouldn't be able to figure it out.
You know what, Bastion? Sure, give me.
Yeah, Mr. Warforged Artificer, probably the best equipped person to work out what that is. Take it apart and put it back together.
But give me an intelligence check.
Alright, just straight intelligence. No, that was garbage. 9.
9? You know what? Make it an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Just because I'm really excited for this thing.
Oh, then I rolled an 8, so I got a 12. But if can I have my proficiency bonus? That puts it up to a 14.
Okay, I'll take that. Judging by you watch as Bastion sits in the back of the car and takes it out and then unfurls it completely, then puts it back together. Having realized the caliber code on it and everything, you kind of found out that this is called an AC 1.05. Which comes out to mean the arcane cannon. You realize through the mechanism what it does is that it allows you to store a spell that has touch and fire. You can store it at a third level or lower.
Third level.
So you can fire a touch spell with this gun, which includes cure wounds.
Excellent.
Okay, that is the best note we could possibly end on. Let's go to the MVP. Before I corral my entire party into letting me wield a cure wounds gun. So, yeah, MVP. And just because I know where Kira will start, I'm gonna throw it out to Miego.
Oh shoot!
Sebastian.
I was hoping to have a little time to think about it.
Yeah, that's why I shot it at you.
I might actually just go with words. because I want to talk to that guy. I spent like an hour and a half talking to that guy. And our competing theories about how Warforged should function in the world.
That'll be quite an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Lavi?
I'm gonna get an item that just lets me send him every other day to just have like a correspondence with him.
Yeah, he's very intriguing.
We're gonna become pen pals, just debating philosophy.
Lavi, your MVP for the day.
I don't know. Words terrified me. Like, all of Warforged terrified me. Rockhan's whole thing with the debate put me on edge. This guy's gonna revoke our license at some point. I would need to say probably Rockin finding the book. I feel like that was very... Like, the fact that, you know, as a player, he was able to be like, hey, I want to try listen to what this guy mentioned.
Yeah.
And he found it as, you know, a character.
Josh?
I mean, Words was pretty interesting. I could listen to him be passive aggressive all day. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Alovia's confession. That was pretty emotional, and then the nightmare right afterwards was really nailing the nails in the coffin. So, yeah, probably that.
In terms of a generic generic MVP, I'd like to give it a Thaumaturgy for whatever the fuck was on that chest that probably would have killed us.
No, it was alarm.
Oh, I'm just blew it anyway. Okay, fantastic. But it felt like a moment where I'd avoided true death, so that was pleasing. But in terms of player stuff, Rokhan finding the book and then Rokhan's sort of debate of freedom, really saying what Yeva feels, but without Yeva having to say it because Yeva's too understanding of authority to do so. To Lavi's confession. And once again, to your ability to roll with the punches of the players. You know, I'd like to hear that buzzing noise. I don't know what the fuck I would have done with that. You did brilliantly. You know, rolling...
I think that's what I said. I was like, I'm fully expecting not to get anything from this.
Well, I think Kira's like me. The more innovative you are as a player, the more likely it is to try and reward it. You know, so it was brilliant to see you roll with that punch. To roll with the Lavi's confession, which I'm assuming you had some knowledge of in a backstory, but regardless, you know, to then be able to immediately respond with the dream was brilliant. To roll with Zeltrin not being here, you know, I think once again, you know, fantastic, spectacular job. So, as per usual, Kira wins my MVP. Kira, your MVPs.
Shit. The Elovia profession was great, and I did not intend for that note to do that to you. But the fact that you went with it, and it was great. I fucking love it. Yeah. Rakan doing the whole Cedric thing, because now I've kind of started to run away with the idea of Rakan a little bit. I was like, okay, you know what? Fucking demigod, what can he do really? So let's try and stretch his limits a little bit. And
the reverie thing was awesome, by the way. Pop up for that. Reverie. That is a brilliant way of just adding a bonus.
He's a child. It's just absorbing knowledge. So why not? I would like to see if Bastion doesn't become pen pals with Kreese. That would be fucking hilarious. Because he'd be like, I can see Bastion like, what do you know? I'll kill you. This is.
I mean, if we can find the magic.
This is what the Warforged should be in the world, and he'll be like, "Well, I want to take over the world with Warforged." I'll be like, "No. This is what we gotta do."
We'll pretend Kira didn't just let slip a massive plot hook. By the way, you may have misnamed somebody. We're just gonna roll with it and pretend you didn't call words Kreese.
I told him Kreese already. I told him the name already.
All you said was, "Do you know a Warforged called Kreese?" You never told us who it was. That's really spiced things up. I like that. Yeah.
Shit. Should just keep my mouth shut.
It's my turn. It's my turn or mine or Zeltrin's turn for a big dramatic monologue next week, isn't it? You know, week
Yeah.
1, Bastion brought us all emotions. Week 2, fucking Rokan confessed he was a demigod. Week 3, Alovia brought us all to tears telling her about a dead child, and now... Oh, fucking
my God.
follow that, right?
It's just coma.
Well,
No, she said that they couldn't fight the coma, right? So she ran off, so
well,
we
in
assume
the
that
Middle
she...
Ages,
Yeah.
in the Middle Ages, you have like what 3 days to live without water, and you can't give somebody water when they're sleeping. They're gonna choke.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I wrote in my notes that maybe you're looking for a cure to get her out of it.
No, she's
Oh,
just...
Russian
Yeah.
jokes are sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my MVPs, of course, is everybody. And I think it always will be. You guys are just knocking it out of the park here, guys. Yeah, it does suck that Zeltron wasn't here because I think the whole session would have been different if Zeltron was here.
Yeah, I think of all the times for him to be AFK in you and Tiesling's office was probably the best time for him to not be present. But he'll be here next week.
I expected people more to come around, but like, I mean, I can understand everyone seemed tired today, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh and I have had a hell of a weekend, so...
Yeah, everyone seems tired today, so it's fine.
Woke up at 5 this morning to help my mom.
Oof.
So
But
it's
yeah,
fine.
we're going to call it there. I don't think we're raiding anybody. I've not got the energy to stick around for them. So, to the viewers, thank you very much for being here. Jack, thank you very much for gifting a sub to XX Dadley Shadows XX. Shadows, welcome to the Quack Pack. Hope you enjoy your stay. And from us guys, we'll see you next week. Although, if you want to see various people here, you will see Josh and Kira on Thursday in Draftnor Keep. You will see Kira and Lavi on Wednesday in Evil Sagravia. And you may see Miego next week for Night Below. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll work that one out when we get there. But, yep, same time, same place next week. See you then.